Are you there, sis? You're muted. That's why I can't hear you. But you don't have to speak if you're out somewhere. Might just be us, but I am, of course, recording this. We'll give some people some more time. Usually gotta wait a little bit. If anybody at all shows up. What's up, Jess? No, you're perfect. I am doing good. I'm excited to read this. I doubt many people are going to come, so I might just start soon. No, I usually wait a little bit for people to get in here, you know. I'm recording it so I can just post it afterwards for people that missed it. Yeah, I'm gonna start setting it up soon because I'm gonna make it separate from the other one that I post gaming shit on. hmm I guess I'll just begin, if that's okay. The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. At the end of town, where the grickle grass grows, and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows, and no bird ever sings except old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. I'm not gonna show pages. And deep in the grickle grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you can still see today where the Lorax once stood, just as long as it could, before somebody lifted the Lorax away. What was the Lorax, and why was it there? And why was it lifted and taken somewhere? From the far end of town where the grickle grass grows. The old Onceler still lives here. Ask him, he knows. You won't see the Onceler. Don't knock at his door. He stays in his lurkin on top of his store. He lurks in his lurkin, cold under the roof, where he makes his own clothes out of muffed moof. And on special tank midnights in August, he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks, and tells of how the Lorax was lifted away. He'll tell you, perhaps, if you're willing to pay. At the end of a rope, he lets down a tin pail. And you have to toss in 15 cents and a nail, and the shell of a great-great-great-grandfather snail. And then he pulls up the pail, makes most careful count to see if you've paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you've paid him away in his snub, his secret strange hole in his grovelous glove. I'll call you by whispermaphone, for the secrets I tell you are for your ears alone. Slup, down slups the whispermaphone to your ear, and the old Onceler's whispers are not very clear, since they have to come down through a snarkly hose, and he sounds as if he had smallish bees up his nose. Now I'll tell you, he says, with his teeth sounding gray, how the Lorax got lifted and taken away, and it all started way back such a long, long time ago. Whoa. Way back in the days when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swummy swans rang in the space, one morning I came to this place. And I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright-colored tufts of the truffula trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. And under the trees I saw brown barbaloots frisking about in their barbaloot suits as they played in the shade and ate truffula fruits. From the rippleless pond came the comfortable sound of the humming fish humming while splashing around. But those trees, those truffula trees, all my life I've been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh, buttery milk. I felt a great leaping of joy in my heart. I knew just what I had to do. I unloaded my cart. In no time at all, I built a small shop, and I chopped down a truffula tree with one chop. And with great skillful skill and with great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a thneed. The instant I finished, I heard a gazump. I looked. I saw something pop out of a stump of the tree I chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Mister, he said with a sawdusty sneeze, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues, and I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed, What's that thing you've made out of my truffula tuft? Look, Lorax, I said, there's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I'm doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. This thing is a thneed. A thneed's a fine thing that's something that all people need. It's a shirt, it's a sock, it's a glove, it's a hat. But it has other uses, yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers for bicycle seats. The Lorax said, Sir, you're crazy with greed. There's no one on earth who would buy that fool thneed. But the very next minute I proved he was wrong. For just at that minute, a chap came along, and he thought that the thneed I had knitted was great. He happily bought it for $30.98. I laughed at the Thorax. You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy. I repeat, cried the Lorax, I speak for the trees. I'm busy, I told him. Shut up, if you please. I rushed across the phone, and in no time at all, I built a radio phone. I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts, and I said, Listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Onceler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast. Take the road to North Nitch. Turn left at Wohawken. Sharp right at South Stitch. And in no time at all, in the factory I built the... Oh, did I skip a page? No. And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the whole Onceler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting thneeds just as busy bees to the sound of the chopping of truffula trees. Then, oh baby, oh, how my business grew. Now, chopping one tree at a time was just too slow. So I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked off 4 truffula trees at one smacker. We were making thneeds 4 times as fast as before, and that Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But the next week, he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, I'm the Lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. Oh, I'm also in charge of the brown barbaloots, who played in the shade of their barbaloot suits and happily lived eating truffula fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking of my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffula fruit to go around. And my poor barbaloots are all getting the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and he sent them away. I, the Onceler, felt sad as I watched them go. But business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. Wow. I meant no harm, I most truly did not, but I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my company, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons, I biggered the loads. I biggered the loads of the thieves I shipped out. I was shipping them forth to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more needs, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Then again he came back. I was fixing some pipes, but that old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. I am the Lorax, he coughed and he whiffed. He sneezed and he snuffled. He snargled. He sniffed. Onceler, he cried out with a cruffless croak. Onceler, you're making some smoggleless smoke. My poor swummy swans. Why, they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smog in their throat. And so, said the Lorax, please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month or a year to escape from the smog you smogged up around here. What's more, snapped the Lorax, his dander was up, let me say a few words about Gluppity Glup. Your machinery chugs on day and night without stop, making Gluppity Glup. Also Schluppity Schlop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old once-ler man, you. You're glumping the pond with the humming. You're glumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for their gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary, in search of some water that isn't so smeary. And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax, "Now listen here, Dad. And all you do is yap yap and say bad, bad, bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I'm telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring, and I'm biggering, and I'm biggering, and biggering, and biggering, turning more truffle trees into needs, and which everyone needs." At that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall. The very last truffle tree of them all. No more trees, no more needs, no more work to be done. So, in no time, my uncles and aunts, everyone, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smoke smuggered stars. Now all that was left beneath the bad smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax, and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance. Just gave me a very sad, sad, backward glance. As he lifted himself by the seat of his pants, and I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hoisted himself up and took leave of this place. Through a hole in the smog without leaving a trace. And all that the Lorax left here is this mess with the small pile of rocks with the one word, unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago. But each day since that day, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years, while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all my heart. But now, says the onceler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So, catch, calls the onceler. He lets something fall. It's a truffle seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last truffle seeds, and truffle trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffle, treat it with care, give it clean water, and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends might come back. And that was the Lorax. That was kind of powerful. Yeah, it's like, it's so good. And they have messages too. Thanks for coming. You caught the end of it, Dev, but I'd happily read it again if you want me to. Thanks for stopping by, sis. Do it. Yeah, have a nice day. I'll try. Bye. The Lorax, holy fuck.